Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is TamezTech and welcome to a new video. Today we are checking out the new Mega Master League. This is the first time the Mega Master League has been available in quite some time. I believe maybe a year and a half, maybe even 2 years since it was last available. There used to be a glitch before in the Mega Master League where you could use more than one Mega Pokemon, which was obviously extremely broken, and you couldn't realistically play that league unless you were doing the glitch, right? But today we are checking out a few new Pokemon. Of course, as you can see by the title and the thumbnail, we are checking out PRIMAL GROUDON today. I had a reason to believe that this was going to be one of the more fun Pokemon. I really didn't think a lot of people would be using Primal Kyogre or other stuff like that, like Gyarados, for example, because Gyarados, as you can see by the end of this video, is extremely common. Anyways, we'll just check out the battles and you guys will see what I'm talking about. On our first battle of the day, actually, I was extremely nervous to start playing this league, and if we go against Home Slice Henry, if you don't know Home Slice Henry, for some strange reason, this is considered to be one of the best Pokemon Go content creators on the platform. And I mean, of course, being the best content creator on the platform, you would know that they're actually pretty damn good at this game. So we make a pretty sneaky catch there on the Groudon onto the Dialga. We actually wait a turn there right before they throw the Iron Head. We catch on Groudon. Remember, we don't count our moves, so this is a very impressive feat for me. We're going to be able to farm all the way down, so Henry really smartly swaps out. I still have enough health on my Florges to be able to completely tank an Iron Head and farm that Dialga down, so I'm not super worried about them. I'm just gonna go straight for the nukes here, get my guaranteed shields. If I get the knockout, so be it. But now I'm gonna swap into Lugia. I don't really want to be shielding Fire Punch baits, and I know Lugia can tank 3 Fire Punches quite comfortably, in fact. So I'm just gonna keep farming up to an Aeroblast, and they bring in a Melmetal. Melmetal in the back, pretty bad for my Florges, but we have managed to dodge it over and over, right? You might think Lugia has a really terrible matchup here, but Melmetal doesn't really have the stat product to inflict enough damage here. As you can see, we can actually bank a fly there, survive a Thunderbolt, bring in Groudon here, and if they have Double Iron Bash, which they do, we're gonna resist that as well. So we're kind of chilling here. I don't really have to shield this. I still have a Fire Punch. I wait the turn to make sure this Fire Punch is going to land on that Melmetal, because I don't want to have to Fire Punch that Dialga. Now they bring in Groudon, and we only get a Fire Punch off, which isn't great, but it is valuable chip damage, possibly putting them closer to the range of a fly that we have on that Lugia. They have quite a bit of energy here. I think I have to shield no matter what. It is the Precipice Blade, so thankfully they actually catch on Dialga, which is a little problematic. But now that they're debuffed, we survive an Iron Head even more comfortably. So we're able to take this full farm down. I guess I could have overcharged a little more to avoid taking this damage and force the Groudon to throw a move that won't knock out. But now we just cap tie the Groudon. We either throw our move here or throw our move on Lugia. Lugia does have a little bit of HP, so we should be able to actually even get to an Aeroblast, yeah. And we take that game. Very, very extreme first game for me. Oh my god, I was just so nervous to actually play Mega Master League, and of course I get like an extremely difficult opponent for our first game. On to the next battle here. We got Mega Heracross lead. Actually quite a spicy Pokemon. Unfortunately, I just don't think Mega Heracross has much play in this meta. Not only is its moveset not great, but it's extremely frail. There's a lot of flying type moves in the meta too. Lugia is kind of everywhere, so unfortunately I just don't think Heracross has what it takes. We chip and dip the Lunala here, the Necrozma, I guess, and we should be able to Dragon Tail and Fire Punch to knock out. We do shield the Moongeist since it's such a damaging move. They bring back in the Heracross, and this is quite suspicious actually. I'm thinking maybe my Groudon has more play in the back, so I'm gonna force both shields if I can. and then swap into my Lugia, I believe, or maybe back into my Florges, just so I can debuff whatever comes in. Yeah, we come back into the Florges. They aren't debuffed, but we actually bait out a second Lunala. So this trainer was running Heracross double Psychic Ghost. Really interesting team. I am impressed that we were able to completely dodge all these terrible Pokemon for our Lugia. So now we're going to be able to align our Lugia onto this Lunala, and I mean, unfortunately, there's just no longer a win con for my opponent. We still survive the Shadow Ball here. We go for the Moonblast. There could have been an argument to throw the Chilling Water, but I'm pretty sure they would have just swapped out anyway. And Moonblast actually knocks out from there, surprisingly. So yeah, unless Heracross is running Rock Blast, which is an absolutely terrible move, they're forced to go Upper Hand and Mega Horn, I believe. And I mean, yeah, Lugia's just going to tank those for days. On to the next battle. We're going against a veteran here. It's quite an up pair. We are running the mirror here. I make a little bit of a misplay. I believe this mirror plays kind of like the Dedenne mirror, in which you're supposed to play rough first and then parabolic. But this is Master League. Things are a little bit different here. So I believe I made a bit of a misplay. I should have gone double Moonblast. You'll see that we actually survived this Moonblast, and we could have gotten to a second one. So yeah, a little bit of a misplay by me here. I think we only really get another Chilling Water if we're lucky. So yeah, maybe the next time I should try to go for the double Moonblast instead. Either way, this is quite a bit of a problem for me to farm down, but my opponent, I believe, makes a little bit of a misplay themselves. They actually Moonblast here, which they're so debuffed, this isn't really gonna do much to us. So we can severely overfarm here. We're at the back-to-back flies already. Lugia has monster pacing with this new Dragon Tail rework. So we have quite a bit of energy. Let's see what they bring in from the back line. They bring in their own Groudon. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to start forcing shields here. I want my own Groudon to put in some work if it can. And I mean, if I'm up shields, even with a Groudon in the back, we should be in a decent spot. Fire Punch still doesn't knock out here. Unfortunately, I've left them overfarm quite a bit. I should have swapped in pretty much instantly. And now they're throwing their entire energy here. So I think they still have one Dragon Tail residual, but yeah, this is a little rough for us. I could have played this matchup a little bit better. I'm just a little bit rusty in terms of Master League, and yeah, these Pokemon, I mean, most of their moves will one-shot something, right? So this is a little troublesome. This Groudon is actually running the best buddy boost. We are able to land the Precipice Blades through the shield, but unfortunately for us, we should have saved our Lugia there. They had a Palkia in the back. As soon as we got that Aeroblast shield, we should have swapped in our Groudon. Just outpaced to the double Precipice. Still have a Lugia, pretty much full HP. And I believe we could have taken that game, but unfortunately a little bit of a misplay by me. But thankfully you got this video to follow what I tell you afterwards. Okay, good lead in the next match, kind of, technically. This thing will probably one-shot us with an Ice Burn. But, I mean, I could just full send the Moonblast here. This problem is slightly problematic. They actually no-shield that. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't want to shield either. I want to keep my shields for my Groudon if I can. And we actually get the full farm down here. They bring in a Lugia. I should have thrown this a little later. I don't want to give them like a massive farm down, a Dragon Tail farm down. So now I'm kind of forced to switch out with my Lugia here. And they bring in a Rhyperior. Oh, I remember this game. You guys will see what happens this game. I believe this game was a pretty confident win here. We just go for the Aeroblast. We force these shields out. They do need 2 Rock Wreckers to knock out. They can't really go for any other moves. Rhyperior kind of got a pretty heavy nerf with Breaking Swipe, getting a big rework, right? I mean, energy increase, damage increase, guaranteed debuff. It's just not the bait move that Rhyperior needs anymore, and unfortunately Rhyperior just doesn't have any other bait moves anymore. So we go for the Aeroblast. It does a decent amount of damage. Doesn't really do much for us, but it does put them into fly range, right? So unless they shield this Rhyperior is going down. Oh, this Rhyperior is actually on 1 HP. Crazy survived by Rhyperior. We're able to throw the fly here just to kind of burn the clock, put some damage into the Slugia. We still have our Groudon, so let's see what we can do with it. I believe at this point, we just go straight Fire Punch. We should be able to knock this thing out. I do have to call a move here. We shield. We don't shield, so I guess we should have, because now they can just go straight Fly and kind of outpace us here. We do have a shield though. I'm expecting them to combo play here because the clock has been up for a bit now. So they're going to combo play, but this just gives me farm on Lugia, right? So I just farm this down on Lugia, outpace to the Fly, and we win the game. I click on Lugia, and the game breaks. I actually 16x speeded this up. I waited the whole timer just to see if the game would work or not. But unfortunately, yeah, we actually lose this game due to a terrible bug. So we're waiting, and unfortunately, the timer just never arrives. And that is counted as a loss, by the way. So that actually cost me Veteran. And that's the reason why we could not hit Veteran anymore today. Okay, we got a decent lead in the next match. We got a Groudon onto our Florges here. So they are actually staying, and they're throwing on good timing. So I think I'm just going to stay in here and throw on good timing as well. We do need 2 Chilling Waters to knock out. But I'm thinking, well, I mean, if I have to shield one, I think I'll shield the first. Since if it is the Precipice, it will knock out. A double debuff Precipice shouldn't knock out a Florges. So we should be fine to tank that if we have to. But they actually let that go. We can't really farm this all the way down, so I'm gonna catch a double debuffed Precipice on my Lugia here, and that actually looks like it does no damage. They bring in a Palkia, and honestly, this is really good for us. I'm surprised they actually brought this in. Lugia has such a dominant matchup here, and I mean, we don't really have to Aeroblast, but now that they shielded the bait, I guess we can. Yeah, my opponent's gonna go for a Spatial Rend here. It's not really gonna knock out. Even the Aqua Tail shouldn't knock out from this range. So we should be able to bank this Fly, bring back in the Florges, full send the Moonblast. And if they want to go down both of their shields with my Groudon in the back after taking away their own Groudon and a Water type, then they can be my guest. And they have an Eternatus in the back. So I believe this game is practically over. Landing one of these 2 Moonblasts should be pretty much a win con for us. They could have Sludge Bomb. I have seen Eternatus run Sludge Bomb before in this meta, so it could be a little tricky, but no, they just have Flamethrower, so thankfully for us, they're more scared of Station than they are of Florges, which rightfully so. There is definitely more Stations. They instantly swap in a Groudon to clear the debuff, but to be fair, it's not really going to do much for them, so I'm a little bit surprised by that. But regardless, we take that game. On to the next one, and here is the most problematic Pokemon for this team, Station Lead. I had a reason to believe that people weren't going to be running Station Lead so often anymore because it's a new meta and it's fun. But nope, people love running their $8,000 Pokemon or whatever. Unfortunately for my opponent here, they're actually, I guess they forgot to Mega their Gyarados. So it is definitely a more dominant matchup for Lugia here now that Gyarados isn't getting stab on Crunch. And of course, I mean, they're missing like almost like 1200 CP from being Mega Evolved. So still a pretty decent matchup for us. My opponent tries for a full farm down here. And once again, non-Mega Gyarados just being extremely underwhelming for my opponent here. They actually lose the 1-0 shields, and we get switch advantage against the Station. So now that we have our Groudon on this Station that actually throws on alignment for some reason, I'm gonna shield the CC because this is a little bit suspicious. They have a Palkia, so I'm just gonna full send the Precipice. I mean, if I guarantee the shield, I can bring in my Florges and just knock out with a Moonblast, and they do shield that. So once again, we just bring in Florges here. We can tank Aqua Tails for days. They might be able to outpace us to a third here, but as long as we cap tie on that third, we're fine. And yeah, my opponent just doesn't throw a move there, so this should knock out. Even if that Station comes in and farms us all the way down, they do need 2 close combats to knock out our Groudon. We're able to get this Chilling Water off, which practically seals the deal. But now with this debuff, we're actually able to get another Chilling Water off. Florges is extremely dumb. As you can see by my IVs as well, I don't really have the most, efficient spreads or anything. I'm gonna no shield the first. My opponent needs to get to maybe 3, maybe 4 moves. They actually bait with a behemoth blade, which is pretty tragic. I will shield this close combat. I don't want some crazy shenanigans to happen. But yeah, we should just be able to cap tie here on the fire punch. Groudon actually wins that cap tie, believe it or not, and we do take that game. Pretty nice stuff there. It gets a little tricky when you start seeing so many station leads and Gyarados in the back. That's what really breaks this team. Once again, another Heracross lead. Very nice thing to see for us. We practically counter this thing with all of our Pokemon. If anything, Lugia might have the worst matchup just because they like Mega Horn you, but I mean, Lugia Fly just knocks out like 7 Heracrosses, I bet. They no shield the Moonblast, which is great for us. They go for a CC, but now they're knocked out. They bring in their own Lugia, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go for Chilling Waters. Just get rid of this Lugia. I mean, they're gonna have to swap out. I'm gonna swap in my own Lugia just to save my Florges if there's a Dragon type in the back, and there is. My opponent recognizes that the game is practically over since we still have that Florges in the back, and we save our Groudon from this Water type, and that's a GG. On to the next game, we got Primarina lead, a little bit tricky. I don't really want to see this on my Groudon, of course. Not that it's that great with Charm, but now with Charm getting better pacing and stuff, we can't really outpace to the Precipice Blades as well as we would like to, especially down a turn. So if we can get rid of this Primarina on the lead, that'd be great. I am a little bit scared though. We still haven't seen their Mega or Primal or whatever they have. So I really have to hope that my Groudon and or my Lugia have a positive matchup with that thing. They bring in Sation, which is a little sad for us, but I want to bring in Groudon here. I don't really have to shield the first, but I'm getting increasingly terrified of what could be in the back. Lo and behold, it is Kyogre. One waterfall is quadruple super effective. It does like 70 billion damage to our Groudon, and unfortunately that just seals the deal. I make a little bit of a misplay here, not farming up to the Aeroblast. I thought I could get away with just fly spamming, but dude, these waterfalls are chunking, man. These waterfalls are doing more damage than a Surf. It's actually crazy. So yeah, at this point I just don't really have a win con. I need to have this Kyogre like super low, but I also can't go down shields because I just get knocked out by a close combat from that Station. So I practically just give up here. Can't really do much against that team. But yeah, very tragic. Okay, and for our final battle of the day, we go against Rise to Occasion, another legend in the content creator space here for Pokemon Go. Station lead. We actually flip out the lead. As you can see, we're running the Station lead, and there's 2 ways to play this lead. You either Behemoth Bash and farm all the way down after the CCs, or you double CC and you get a shield advantage. Rise smartly like no shields, and they farm me down with a Gyarados. I practically have no answer to this Gyarados. Sation was my answer. So now this Gyarados is going to put in a tremendous, disgusting, disturbing amount of work into my team. I'm only showing this game because it's Rise, right? I have to show a Rise game. But I play it so poorly. I play it so poorly. I just get super hard countered in the back with this Gyarados. And I mean, that's just a GG. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We are going to be running some Gyarados team. I actually make a really decent catch here. I thought I caught a Crunch and I thought I was back. It's an Aquatail. We are so cooked. We have absolutely no play this game. They make a beautiful catch onto a Florges. If they didn't make this catch, I could have gone Precipice and just forced a shield there, but they actually catch and they sneak. So they're able to outpace to a Chilling Water as well. I mean, this game is just completely over. I'm going to shield to play it out of respect, of course. I'm going to full send the Precipice because a Fire Punch still would have knocked out. And I'm sure Rice knows that. So they know shield. But yeah, once again, this Gyarados, they just have a little too much energy, a little too much HP. I really don't have a win con here. They can just get to back-to-back Aquatails pretty comfortably here and win the game. But yeah, GG's, man. We saw 2 celebrities today. We saw Home Slice Henry. We saw Rise to Occasion. I believe Jamie Finn was in chat while we were doing all these things. So very celebrity heavy day today. But yeah, that is the end of the battles. Let's go on to the exit here. No more questions of the day. I'm kind of out of ideas at the moment, but I just wanted to talk about how Primal Groudon is extremely fun. The pacing, your play against dragons even is really decent. Dialga has kind of a really terrible matchup against you. 2 fire punches practically knock out after the dragon tail damage. So I believe Primal Groudon is an insanely fun Pokemon. Unfortunately, water will always dominate practically every freaking meta, right? So running Primal Groudon when there's Palkia everywhere, when there's Chilling Water Florges everywhere, and especially when there is Mega Gyarados everywhere, this is just an extremely difficult Pokemon to run. Unfortunately, I don't really have the Pokemon required to have a balanced team to be able to run Groudon comfortably. I think it'd be best to run it in the lead with an ABB backline strong into Gyarados or strong into Palkia. But yeah, it's a really polarizing league, the Mega Master League. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's not as many battles as usual and the speed is kind of different, but I just try to make the battles work for the video. Once again, all my socials are up there. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I upload TikToks every other day. I stream on Twitch every single weekday. We've been streaming Hollow Knight as well, so if you want to come by, check those out. There is a Discord link in the description below, and you will find the channel links to those 3 trainers that we saw today. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.